Hello, and welcome to the 242nd edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Brucker, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Brucker. We're going to be having another outstanding beer. We're going to be having another beer from the Trappist, from Spencer's Trappist Brewery, the Monk's Revenge Quad, or quadruple as they like to say. But let me go ahead and get opening this, and then we'll talk about the beer. While I'm opening it, we'll talk about the beer is 10.2% alcohol by volume, so it is a sipper, not a pounder. But let's go ahead and get it going here, and then we'll talk about it, okay? The beer rates 90 out of 100, which makes it an outstanding beer. And I can go ahead and tell you right now from just pouring that, this is going to be a great beer. You got the perfect color for a good Belgian style quad. You have perfect off-white, like tan head that is, if you tilt it, you're getting lacing. So everything about this beer is beautiful so far. So let's go ahead and pour just a little bit more in there. Although that might be getting carried away on how much I'm pouring, but let's go ahead and smell it and see what we get out of this. So the first thing you get the great Belgian yeast, okay? Outstanding smell. You get like a dark fruit type flavor or smell in there. And a malty smell. So I'm very excited about the beer from the smell of it right off the bat. So let's waste no time. Let's go ahead and dig into this beautiful thing. Oh, very, very nice and unique. And so I've been drinking a lot of quads lately. As a matter of fact, I got a keg of Belgian quad in the background back there. But I've been drinking a lot of quads lately, and this is a unique quad. And I'm going to try and distinguish exactly what they did to make this beer so delicious. So there's definitely dark fruits, Belgian yeast. There's a spice in there, and I just can't pick up on it. It almost is. It reminds me of like a holiday type spice, but that's not typical of a regular non-holiday beer. But there is a spice in there that I'm going to try and think of shortly here. But it's a really delicious beer. It does have a little hop at the back end, which kind of like mellows out the flavor. There's a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. Some quads can be kind of sweet, but this has a sweetness to it, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. They do use like caramel malts in there because they taste like a caramely toffee type flavor in there. It's really good though. It's really good, but it's different. It's a little bit different than a lot of quads that I drink. I don't know what it is that they did, but there is an extra flavor in there that I can't pick out, but it works. Whatever it is, it works in the beer. It's a very tasty beer. A little bit different than most of the quads I've had in the past, but that's the beauty of different breweries brewing different beers, you know. And this being a Trappist brewery, one of only 11 in the world. We talked about that before, about the Spencer brewery. And these guys, like we talked about before, spent 2.5 years going to all of the different Trappist monasteries to kind of see how they're brewing beer. And then they came back and created their own. So whatever they did, they learned well because it's a great beer. So hats off. Great job, Spencer. I still would, between the three beers I've had, I had the pale ale. Well, I actually have had four of the beers. I had the white, which is their wit, Belgian wit. I had the pale ale, which I think is my favorite, or it could lean towards this one, but I really loved that pale ale. It was absolutely phenomenal. The holiday ale that we recently did a beer issues on, and now this one. And all of them have been outstanding. So next time I'm up in Massachusetts, I'd like to, I don't know how far Spencer is away from like Boston or whatever if I was there, but I would love to make it to Spencer and see the monastery and kind of check it out, because I think that would be a real treat. And I don't know. I don't even know if you're allowed to go onto the properties there. Most Belgian monasteries, they won't really let you on. You have to kind of sit outside. And some of them once a year will open up the doors to the monastery and let people in, which would be very, very cool. But anyway, this brewery, I think they've been brewing beer since 2013 up in Spencer, Massachusetts. And it is the St. Joseph Abbey is the name of the abbey up there in Spencer, where they're brewing the beer. So hats off, beautiful beer. Give it a very, very high rating. I agree with a 90. I think all day long it's an outstanding beer. And I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy it now. Now, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about beer issues and how much fun we're having talking about beer and drinking great beers. You need any cool Beer Issues gear like Beer Issues hats, t-shirts, phone cases, fanny packs, you name it. We've got everything Beer Issues. Go to shop.beerissues.com. You know, it is the holiday season, and what do people like more than cool Beer Issues gear? I don't know. I think they love cool Beer Issues gear. So make sure you get some. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.